Hey everyone, welcome to today's video, which is my coloring update, I think 4 or 5. So like my coloring updates, this is my complete pages, my WIPS, and my future pages for the last 2 or so weeks. Also, if I talk a little funky in this video, I accidentally bit my lip, I bit my tongue this morning, so I might talk a little weird or with a little bit of a lisp because that hurt. It still does hurt a little bit, but it's better now. It's to the point where I'm just a little talking a little weird. Also, it's windy out, so you might hear that in the background. So let's get started. I have pretty much a lot of books to talk about. Actually, I've been coloring a lot these last, I think, 2 weeks or so. So let's get started. The first book is Myth of Morphia. I was doing Myth of March, which was hosted by Shalene. And this is actually only a WIP because I have not finished it, but I got about this far with the Woodland Troll, and I have to finish up. I just have a little bit left on here. I was just to the point where I was like very just overwhelmed with Kirby Rosanes's pictures, and I haven't done any stuff in here I think for almost a week and a half now. So hopefully I'll finish this up within the next few days and finish it up before the end of April or in the end of March. But I really do like how this came out. And for the troll and for the trees, I just did a base of Crayola Super Tip and then went over it with Prismacolor on pencils. The next one I actually did as a color and chat, and that is from Night Terrors by Lorraine Claire. If you'd like to see my color and chats, I have a playlist on my channel with the 3 parts to this picture, and then I have a 3-part of a Jasmine Beckett Griffith book on a picture as well. And the one we did was this one right here. This was colored in with Crayola colored pencils, and then the background here is Crayola sidewalk chalk I use as a pastel background, and then just kind of, you will get a lot of texture coming off or like residue coming off of it, but if you hairspray it down or like put a fixative over it, it will lock it in and you won't get any kind of kickback, I guess you could say. But we did this one, and I really love how it came out, and I'll definitely be working on more pictures here. I think I'm going to be doing this one next as color and chat. I'm not sure yet, but I want to definitely work on getting this book finished because I really do like all those images. Next one is from Springsteens by Creative Haven, illustrated by Teresa Goodrich, I think that's how you pronounce it, and I did a speed color in this one. And we did this one right here as a speed color I did for the first day of spring. It was just colored with Prismacolor pencils. I forget the 2 Prismas that I used, and then the rest are just gel pen, and it's just like nice and sparkly. And I really like how this one came out. It was super fun to do, and I just wanted to have something fast for the beginning of spring to kind of like celebrate it. And then I was asked if I could do a color and chat with Springsteens on that video, and I wanted to do this picture right here. I'll probably get this done sometime in April, and this is just the cover image here. I was debating if I want to do this image or this image, because this one obviously is the cover, so I can kind of like take inspiration, and this page here you get a finished kind of picture for like an inspiration one. So I trying to decide if I want to do this one and try to copy this, or if I just want to do the cover image, try to copy it. But I think I'm actually going to copy this one, or do this one and try to copy my best. I'm going to switch to marker over. So I think I'm going to do the color chat in this one and try to emulate this picture here, because I think that'd be really fun to do and see how good I actually can do it. So I'll be doing this one sometime in April. Probably try to do it soon. I'm not sure yet. I probably will take off of doing color and chats until about the beginning of April. I have 2 finishes and a work in progress, as well as future pages in Romantic Country, the second tale. I just don't have the dust jacket on. I'm not going to be coloring it because I don't want the dust jacket to get dirty, because when you go heavy you can get smudges and stuff like that on the book, and it has a removable dust jacket, and the other one is white. I don't want to get it messed up because it can get messed up. And I did 2 pages in here. I did the first page here, which is the vegetable garden. I did that one. This one, the first one, I want to do a very light daytime scene, and I really love how this one came out. It's probably one of my favorites I've done in the Romantic Countries. This is all cut with Prismacolors, and then the flowers and the little embellishments were done with we don't really be able to see it, but it's done with glitter gel pen. And then I did on this page the nighttime scene, and this one I knew it was nighttime, the night sky and everything like that. And this one I did in all my dark colors because I have a problem with making my pictures darker than anything like that. I don't really gravitate towards the light kind of colors. I always gravitate towards nighttime scenes, and I really love how this one came out. I tried to do the reflection because there's kind of like, you can't really see, you see down here, but you see the lines, and it kind of like almost like Eerie tried to do like a grayscale almost image in different areas. So what I did was I just treated it as like a reflection, and I would use I think parrot green in the prismas. I used that for the reflection, and this is just dark gray. And then I just did the rest of the nighttime scene. I really like how it came out, and I really, like I said, like how this one came out. It was really fun to color. And then I decided to work on the third picture in the book and just do this door. I wasn't really interested in doing the rest of the picture at the moment. I just really wanted to work on the door. I seen it, I was like, I really want to do this, and then I did that, and then I did all of the I don't know how well you'll really see it, but all of the baubles and the decoration on there in gel pen, and I'll come back to it at a later date. It's just at this moment I really did not want to finish up the rest of that picture. So I have, let me put this in here. I decided that I was going to probably, where does this go? I think this is like, nope, like this. Yes. I decided that I was going to do sorry, I'm trying to decide where this stuff went, because like I don't want to like mess the colors up, so like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't want the colors to I think like, yeah, I went like that. I don't want the colors to like rub off on everything else or anything like that, so I'll figure this out afterwards. Sorry about that. I decided to pick out two other ones that I want to do, and I think I'm going to go with this page right here, which is this, what's the one called? It is called, let's see, where is it? Where is it? It's not in chapter 3, is it? Is that right before chapter 3? No, it's right in, it's still in chapter 1, okay. It is the Magical Castle Coat of Arms, I think that's what it's called. But I really want to do this one, or I think I might do for Easter this one with all these little Fabergé eggs. I'm not sure which one I want to do yet. I'm thinking I'm going towards this one, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But yeah, I think this is becoming one of my favorites in the Romantic Country series, the second tale. Sorry, I got a little flustered there trying to put this paper back together. The second one, or not the second one, the next one, I want to do a picture in the Cat Lover's Creative Soul. This one I got, I think last month or the month before. I haven't done one yet, but I decided that I'm going to do this image here, like a family little portrait, and I decided I'm just going to do this one, kind of like work here, work there. I kind of go like one at a time, and then I think I will come in the background and either do like a chalk pastel or work with my paints or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I really want to work in this book because it is a really, really cute kind of like images and stuff like that, and it has like the sayings and stuff like that. It's just really, really cute. I want to get some pictures done in that book. And the next one here, I got my Fila color pencils, so I pulled out a Magical Jungle book. I have 4 copies, and I have like 2 other copies waiting, but I have this one here I pulled up with my Filas, and I did this title image here, and this is all done with the Fila color pencils, and I really like how they work. I will say this, there were 2 pencils that I used, which you'll see the one here and the next page I'll have to show you, that they were kind of like DOA, they were dead on arrival, and this, every time I tried to sharpen them, they just broke and I couldn't sharpen them. And that was one of the colors for these green leaves here, which was, I 065 yellowish green. It just would not sharpen, and it just crumpled apart no matter what I did. So that one was not was pretty much dead on arrival, and every time I sharpened it, it wouldn't work. And then the next page I did in here was this book belongs to page. I did this book with the Fila's, and then this is kids finger paint. This one didn't, came off perfect, and it didn't have no brush marks or like that, and I was like, I want this a little darker. And then it went darker, and it had brush marks. It's like, I was kicking myself, like, if I fought the urge, there would be no brush marks, but, you know, it's just like a work in progress, stuff like that. But, the other color that's dead is this orange here, and that is Mango Orange, 075. I think it's 075. Yeah, I think so. But that's pretty much, it was one's just like the yellowish green. It just, every time I sharpened it, it would fall apart, and I just had to like work it together and to last a little bit here. But I just kind of wanted to try all the different colors and do that. And I like how it came out. Yeah, and I even like the background, the paint and stuff like that. It's just, I got annoyed and flustered when I was coloring this, that with the orange, stuff like that. So yeah, I just did that, and I did some gel pens in here, and I wrote my name and the start date of the book, so that way I know when I started it. And I have another work in progress in here, which is this one right here. I just want to keep working in this book with it. My budget for my pencil book. I have a budget for my pencil book, I should say that. And I did this one. I have to come back in here. I wrote down the number I was using for this one. I just didn't feel like coloring it anymore. And I decided what I'm going to do is, I know this is a 2-page spread. You have this page here, and then you have this page here. But instead of going over with my Fila's, I want to do my Fila's on this side. And then on this side, I want to do my Crayolas, kind of like compare and contrast, because while I'm really liking the Fila pencils, I feel like I like my Crayolas a little more. Like, I really do like the Fila's, and they're really fun to use. They kind of like blend and shade really good, as you can see. Like right in here, they blend, they shade, and everything like that really, really well. But I'm in the point right now where I'm like, I can spend like $25 for 152, or I can spend like $10 for 100 Crayolas, you know what I mean, like for the regular ones. And I'm just kind of feeling like I love my Crayolas a little bit more. Like the Fila's are like right here, and then like the Crayolas are just like right above it for me. But I still am wanting to see it, so I want to kind of like do one page in Fila's, one page in Crayolas, and so I can kind of compare the vibrancy of them and see how they shade and blend together on this paper, because this is a Johanna Basford book, so the paper is one of the best papers out there. So I want to kind of do that with this one and for the book. So that is the ones I did with my Fila's. Now, on to the question, because I am going to be doing a picture in Johanna Basford for a color long next month. So I want your opinions if I should do one in here and on camera with the Fila colored pencils, or if I should pull out this book here, which is the one I'm using with my Prismas, and do it with my Prismas, because I'm perfectly fine doing it with both, but I want to kind of like get your opinions if you'd like me to color it with my Prismas and kind of do, you know, like the work that I'm used to kind of doing, and the pictures that I'm, you know, a little more used to coloring in here with the Prismas. Or would you like me to do the Fila's? I'm sorry I bumped that there, and kind of on camera so you can kind of like hear my opinions and see how they color firsthand. But the picture I will be coloring is this page right here. Let me get this book out because I can bend a little better. I'll be coloring this page right here, this flower pond. So if you want to see this one color in the Prisma color pencils, or if you want to see this in the Fila color pencils, let me know, because I'm perfectly fine coloring it either way. Or if you're just indifferent, you know, just let me know you don't care which one. I have one either way. So that is the Magical Jungle, the Fila's, and I didn't do any one in the Prisma version. And then my last book here, I have 2 images and a work in progress, or a future page, from the Jasmine Becky Griffith coloring book. This one I did 2 pictures this month, or this last 2 weeks in, and I just finished this one yesterday, and I love it. And that is Pip Pizza, that one. I really love how this one came out. It is I put a lot of base of super tips down. The super tips are base for the hair. Her dress was base of super tips, the grass, the background here. This background, see if I can pull it up so you can see it. This is just Crayola super tip. It's it's 2 layers of super tips, and then up here I used gel pens on the back, so you can get let's see, I don't know if you can really see it, but it gets a little sparkly there. So it's just black layered gel pen, and I'm actually thinking about working in this book here, kind of like not as like a somewhat tutorial or tips and tricks with it, to do a full picture using the Crayola super tips as just the whole picture colored in with Crayola super tips, because I've kind of like with this paper kind of learned how to like not get marker marks, because if you can see the background here, like there really is not like any kind of like marker marks to it. So if you'd like to see that, let me know. I'll color a whole picture in the Jasmine Beth Griffith. I'll flip through and find one to you know how to do, and I'll do it on camera. And the next picture I did was this one here, which is Mermaid Eclipse. This one I followed a tutorial for the skin. I think the channel name was Color and Chat with Sammy, but she had a tutorial for Afro-Caribbean skin, and I wanted to try it. She was coloring it in the Fabiana Attanasio Cinderella, so the paper is kind of different, so I had to kind of follow along and try to do my own kind of techniques, but I really like how it came out, and I definitely will work with the skin a little more to kind of try to perfect it. And then once again, this is besides the skin here, everything in you see in this picture is a base of Crayola super tips, and then, well, no, everything but the water is a base of Crayola super tips, and it's just colored in, except for this here. This is just straight up Crayola super tips. Her hair, the black, is just straight up Crayola super tips with a little bit of black over it. The tail was Prisma over the super tips, and the clouds the same way, and I just added the kind of white strands there, and then the strands over her hair over her face were just Crayola super tips. I kind of just made little random strands there, but I really love how this one came out, and this one was probably one of my favorite. This one here and this one are probably my favorite ones that I've done from this book. I want to work on more pictures in here, so just let me know if you would like to see that kind of full Crayola super tips video, because I will work on doing that, so I can kind of share tips and tricks on how to get no marks in your pictures. So that is it for this coloring update. I will try to I'm trying to keep this up to date, because I think the one was a little over 2 weeks. I'm not really sure yet, but yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention the future picture. I'm going to be doing this picture. I found someone that did a tutorial on it, so I want to try to follow it and see if I can create the same thing as their tutorial. So I want to try doing that one there, and then if you want to see the picture with only using Crayola super tips, I'll do that one as this one as well. So that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a like, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and until next time, have an amazing day and happy coloring.